look to do is I'm going to control the shoulder with my left hand. My right hand's going to control the far hip. I'm going to shift my elbow in, trying to seal his hips from recovering. So even if he does turn into me, I have time to keep him from recovering, right? So once I shift that elbow, I'm going to push off my hands, push off my toes, and I go knee on belly. I attach my ankle to his hip, but I'm still balancing on my foot. And I'm like kind of turning my knee in and thrusting. From here, he's going to turn into me. As he turns into me, I'm going to take the shallow underhook. When I take that shallow underhook, I'm going to collect the tricep shoulder, shift that elbow in. From here, I'm going to collect his wrist. Once I have this, I'm going to go into my triangle. So I'm going to do it fast and I'll do it slow. So again, we control the shoulder, near shoulder, far hip, shift the elbow, push, and turn into him. Okay, not away from him. We're turning in, balancing my foot. I'm directing all my weight, and I look, I'm kind of turning my knee in, crushing his sternum. He starts to turn in to alleviate the pressure. I immediately come underneath, take a shallow underhook, shift my elbow in. I'm going to grab a hold of his wrist, hand, punch it into his chest. Now, when I go for my triangle, what I'm going to look to do is I'm going to push off my feet. I'm going to leap towards my left hip. So as I leap, I'm entering my left foot underneath, and I'm like really leaping into it. I'm jumping in. I want the back of my knee to hit him right in his neck. So I'm stepping, opening up my hip. So like step, open up my hip, pull the arm across, step. Once you get to this point, especially depending on how dexterous your legs are, if you can lock the triangle, great. If you have smaller legs and you can't, take your cap, align it over your ankle and just flex your foot. I'm not going to finish it from here, but it'll at least buys me enough time to further my transition. My right arm's going to come over, I collect my shin, step on the hip, open up, I'm going to tilt to my left hip, and then step my right leg over. When I finish the triangle, I'm going to flex my foot. Flex my foot, pinch my knees, and squeeze. You good there, fella?
Should not work.
So tap him. Collect the far hip, shift the elbow in. I'm gonna push, and then I'm gonna pin my right knee onto his sternum. So look, I push, knee comes in, I'm angled in, left leg comes out, crushing his sternum just like so, and I wait for his reaction. So he turns in, we take the shallow underhook, shift that elbow in, I grab a hold of his wrist. Obviously the arm bar is there if you want it. It's like the obvious move. I grab his wrist, punch it into his chest. Not too high, so it doesn't interfere with my leg coming over. I punch it low enough where it gives me enough space to now step my left leg over. Make sure you leap into it, don't just fall to your butt. As you leap in, right leg comes over, calf over the ankle. But don't stress your ankle out. Flex your foot slightly, just pinch your knees. This is just to keep his arm intact. My right arm comes over, I grab my own shin. When you angle so your hip comes further to the mat. Don't go this way. It's not gonna help you. Because since his arm is on my hip, it's gonna interfere with my lock. So watch, you can post if you need. Look how I tilt to my left hip and I open him up. And then I'm able to step it over. So open up your hip downward towards the mat. The back of my knee overlaps my ankle. Flex my left foot, pinch my knees, and squeeze. One more time.
Sure.
Almost kissed you, bro. That was wild. This is the best time to do it. This is the best time to give big news. Any questions?
No, sir.
1, 2, 3.